Hey guys, I'm Adventure Andy. I'm playing Professor Layton in the Curious Village for the Nintendo DS, and this game is brought to you by GameAnyone.com. So, yeah, after taking a 2-week long hiatus, and by hiatus I mean my laptop shit the bed, I'm ready to play Professor Layton on the Nintendo DS, because it's a fun game, and I want to show you guys that it's a fun game. So, here we go. Gonna give Professor Layton up there a high five. I think that's me. I don't really remember the question mark tattoo on my forehead, and my head's not really that circular. If my head was that perfectly circular, that'd be pretty awesome. But let's write my name here, Andy. I should think it's Andy. Oh, let me just go check my YouTube. Yeah, it's Andy. Alright.
The things we saw that day in the village became a secret we would have to keep from everyone for the rest of our lives. Because, you see... I don't understand, Professor. Why are we going to help solve an inheritance dispute?
Luke, my boy, do you really think I would take on such an ordinary request as that? Oh, no. This is an altogether unique and exciting situation, and it has piqued my intellectual curiosity. But I suppose it would be best to explain the case before we arrive at our destination. 2 months ago, Baron Augustus Reinhold passed away. Shortly after his death, his will was disclosed. The contents of it were fascinating, to say the least. The Reinhold family treasure, the golden apple, is hidden somewhere within this village. To whomever successfully locates this treasure, I offer the whole of my estate. Naturally, those who attended the reading of the will immediately set out in search of the golden apple. But in the end, everybody came back empty-handed. It turns out that no one had even heard of such a treasure existing, until it's mentioned in the will.
Wow, that's some puzzle, all right.
Quite. Augustus Reinhold staked his entire fortune just to create one more puzzle before his death. What a perplexing individual. I wish I could have met him while he was still alive.
It certainly sounds like you two would have gotten along, Professor.
Awkward silence.
By the way, just what is this golden apple anyhow?
Some speculate it's a rare antique, while others say it could be a gem. Yet its identity remains elusive. But Luke, I can't shake the feeling that this matter is linked to some larger mystery, something huge.
Aha! Is that your famous intuition acting up again, Professor?
Well, our first step is getting to town.
This is all so exciting. I hope Saint Mystere is ready for the famous archaeologist and puzzle-solving detective, Herschel Layton.
Oh, Luke, you know as well as I do that I am no detective. Augustus Reinhold's wife, Lady Dahlia, has asked me to investigate the situation. It seems she came across my name by chance when reading an article about me in the papers.
And you immediately decided to take her up on her request, huh?
Oh, well, Luke, a true gentleman never refuses the request of a beautiful lady.
If you say so, Professor.
We should be nearing the town by now. Look at the map in the envelope and help me with directions.
You got it. What in the... What's this?
Lady Dahlia seems to have given us a test. We'll need to decipher this map in order to find the village. She wants to see if we're capable of cracking the mystery surrounding the Reinhold fortune. Care to give it a go, Luke?
I'll do my best. A puzzle like this should be a snap for the apprentice of the great Professor Layton.
Very well then, Luke. I'll leave this one to you. Think of it as a warm-up for things to come.
And that it is. Alright, so now we're going to start puzzle number 1. Where's the town for 10 piker rats? Basically, piker rats act as points, and every time you mess up on a puzzle, you lose a certain amount of piker rats, and you get to try it again, but you can't earn as many. So, yeah. My village is on a road that leads to no other towns. I look forward to seeing you there. Use your stylus to draw a circle around the right village, and then touch it to submit. Alright then. So, yeah, this thing over here is telling us to touch, so we might as well touch. Draw a circle around the town in one stroke. Once you've circled your selection, tap submit. Alright then. So anyway, yeah, those are our two main characters, Herschel Layton, but we'll be calling him Professor Layton, because that's the name of the game, first of all, and Luke Triton. And they're both European, if you couldn't tell from the accent, plus you can also notice that they are driving on the right side of the road there with the steering wheel on the right side of the car, so that's pretty neat. Anyway, so we gotta find the road that leads to no other, so we're gonna check all our options here. So follow this road with red. Just smear blood all over the road. It's a horrible accident right then. So this house, and then no other houses on the road. Let's see. Come up here. Oh, and this bush right here doesn't count. Like, that bush, like, totally blocks off the other road. Is there a bush or a rock? I can't tell. It's probably a rock, though. Because, yeah. So, anyway, yep. We're just going to circle this one right here. Because it is Saint Mystere. And submit.
Well, here's my guess.
Alright. Must be some kind of friggin' genius figuring that, top-notch puzzle out. That's correct. The only town that isn't connected by roads to another town, Touch, is the one in the upper left at Touch area of the map. It looks like, Touch, you're all ready to start solving Touch puzzles.
There we go. Now we should be able to make our way to the village.
Right you are. We should see it on the horizon any moment now.
Huh? Professor, do you mean to say you already figured out the town's location?
I'm afraid I couldn't help myself. A basic puzzle like that is easy enough to solve with a glance. Anyhow, you'd best gather your things, Luke. We've arrived.
And that's the theme to Professor Layton and the Curious Village. Copyright 2007, Level 5 Incorporated. And Touch. Hey, slow down, buddy. I'm trying to explain things. Right then, so on the left we have Luke, and then on the right we have Professor Layton. And basically, Luke is Professor Layton's apprentice, and Professor Layton's like a gentleman or something. I don't know what the heck he is. I don't know if being a gentleman is a profession. If it is, I want to try that. I want to try my hand in it. I wonder how much it pays. Let's get started. Interesting. It appears that this drawbridge is the entrance to the village. And we're stuck on the outside? What should we do, Professor? Oh, look over there. There's a man standing on the other side of this river. Maybe he can help us. Alright, so we're going to tap things to investigate. Here's the disgustingly colored water. And I guess it's terribly cold. Here's the Layton mobile. Not even the Layton mobile can make it across the river, huh? Well, no, it's not really one of those, like, boat cars. Those things are freaking cool, man. But of course, much as I adore the contraption, it is just a car after all. Yep, see, not a boat. There you go. Nice observation skills there, Layton. Good day, sir. We'd very much like to gain access to the village. Could you please drop the bridge for us? Do I look like the sort to go drop in the bridge for a bunch of fancy-looking outsiders? No, you don't look the judgmental type either. And I won't be talking, Mr. Two Chins. Humph! You got a lot of nerve! Ugh. We received a letter invitation from Lady Dahlia. I don't suppose that changes things, does it? For Lady Dahlia? Well then, I'd sure like to lower the bridge for you, Mr. Fancy Pants Adventures 2 the game. But the engine is busted, and I can only move this blasted bridge with the hand crank. Humph. There's all these infernal slots I could put the crank in, but I got no clue which one to use. Humph. So, smart guy, you got any idea which one is the right one? Alright, crank the slot for 15 piker rats. There's no way to lower the bridge and get across without inserting the crank into the correct slot. Choose a slot that fits the crank shown below. Alright then. So we gotta find the one that fits this. So, you know, we're gonna look at the design. It has to be the same as that one. I don't know how they got a picture of it, but whatever. Anyway, so if we look at these all, this one obviously can't be it because that's a hexagon and that is a pentagon. And then you've narrowed your options down to numbers 1 and 2. The one I just eliminated was 3. I just forgot that you guys can't see what I'm doing when I'm saying stuff. And so we have to figure out whether it's 1 or 2. But the thing is, that it's number 1. Because on number 2, you'll notice that the spike is at the top of it. And the spike on number 1, it's on one of the sides of it. And that's the same thing in the picture. Which actually doesn't make sense to me, because it kind of looks like they've been turned around so that you can't see their front side. So if you flipped it over, it would be like backwards to that. But maybe it's just a shadow effect that I don't quite understand. And we're going to tap 1 and be on our way.
Luke, here's my answer. Critical thinking is the key to
Alright,
success.
25 piker rats so far. Nice job! Now drop that bridge! Rotate the crank and its silhouette shown here in orange, and it becomes the mirror of the... What? Oh, I've never actually looked at that before, but, jeez, I don't get that at all. Whatever. That'll do it. Hold on a second, I'll let her down. I'm gonna say it again. I just don't feel right about letting outsiders into Saint Mystere. But if you're Lady Dahlia's guest, I guess I'd better. At least give her my regard, you hear? No, piss off. Puzzle number 2 solved. The crank and slot is now in your puzzle index. Remember, kids, geometry. It's simple and easy and fun. Yes, we've finally arrived in Saint Mystere. I'm so excited. I wonder what mysteries await us here. Ha ha ha. Well, Luke, we'll find out soon enough. Just be careful not to let your excitement cloud your ability to analyze your surroundings. I say, Luke, this is a perfect time to explain how to move about during our investigation. Give that give that shoe-shaped icon in the lower right portion of the touchscreen a tap with your stylus. After doing this, a set of arrows will appear on the screen. Tap 1 to head in that direction. So remember, when you want to move, just tap that shoe. Go on then, give it a try. Alright, so we want to go in that direction. That right there. But before we do, we're going to talk to this nice lady. She seems very nice, very kind, tender, and old. Oh, hello, pleasure to meet you. Same to you. Welcome to Saint Mystere, where our local export is the puzzle. Never heard of it. Oh, before I forget, you should know that every time you solve a puzzle, you earn a set number of piker rats. I knew that. The more piker rats a puzzle is worth, the tougher the puzzle will be. They say lovely things happen when you gain enough piker rats. Imagine that, a reward for solving puzzles. That isn't just congratulations, you're not an idiot. For practice, try this little riddle that your hat reminded me of. Think good and hard before you answer. Alright. Thinking. Gotta put on that good old thinking cap. Get it? You see what I did there? Because hats. Alright then. These 4 top hats are all the same height, but the length of the brim is different. In other words, the hats are all equally tall but varying width. One of these 4 hats has a brim and height that are the same length. Which hat is it? Alright, this is a tough one. But that, I mean, it's easy for me, because I've already done it. So basically, right off the bat, you're going to be thinking it's either D or C. But when you look at D, you think it's too big, so you're going to guess C. Then you're going to get it wrong, then I'm going to laugh at you. Then you're going to think, well, it can't be A and B, they're too small, right? But then you look at A, and then you guess A, and, yeah, it'll be right, which I don't really, it doesn't really look right at all to me. I guess it's like an optical illusion, they say. It really looks strange, though, because the top hat looks, like, way bigger than the actual brim part of it. But, whatever, let's submit this one.
There we go. Every puzzle has an answer.
That's right, this is a very famous optical illusion. An optical illusion is a not visible, that's not a word, phenomenon where your eyes perceive things differently than they actually are. There are dozens of known optical illusions. What's the world coming to when you can't even trust your own eyes? A world full of blind people? Oh, bravo! I think you've got the hang of this. If you try your options one by one, you'll eventually find the answer. Yep, that's the way true puzzle solvers do it. However, you'll also encounter lots of puzzles that you can't solve by simply trying all the answers. What? You're right. If you answer incorrectly, the pickerats you can earn from a puzzle decrease. Tough stuff. Yeah, really tough. I'm having trouble understanding that one. It goes to show you how important it is to think for yourself and find the answers on your own, or use a walkthrough. That way you can get the most pickerats. Well then, best of luck to you. I'll be rooting for you two. Please don't follow me. That'd be creepy. Right then. So now we're going to talk to Mr. Big Nose over here. To tell us a funny joke. He keeps giggling. What a dandy set of fellows you two are. Must be new to Saint Mystere, eh? The name's Starch and Scarfin, and I've got some advice for you. Go tap that barrel back there with your stylus. Don't ask questions, just do it. Oh yeah, by the way, I made the noise because every now and again, when you get to the next text bubble, he goes, which is kind of funny. Okay, so he wants us to tap this barrel, and we get a hint coin out of it, and we have to talk to him again. Felt good, didn't it? Yeah, it feels great to touch. Round these parts, that's what we call a hint coin. When you find yourself up against a doozy of a puzzle, you'll want a hint. Trust me on this one, fellows. And it's those times that you'll want to use a hint coin to purchase a hint. I bet you think puzzles will be a breeze now, eh? You okay, buddy? You keep doing that. I'm kind of worried. Think again. There are a limited number of hint coins in this world. So don't go wasting coins on any old riddle. You gonna be okay? Because if you do, when you come across a real stumper, you'll be sorry. Real sorry. Mind you, hidden coins won't always be stuffed inside a barrel. Check any object that seems suspicious. Got all that? Let me write that down. Alright, got it. Good, be seeing you around. Alright then. So, yeah, now we're gonna just click on a few things to get more hidden coins. Get a hint coin from that. Get a hint coin from this barrel over here, I think. Yep. And, yeah, that's just about it. There might be some more, but I don't really care because I don't need any hints because I know how to do almost all the puzzles in this game. Anyway, we could talk to Old Lady again, but I have to leave, guys. It's been 18 minutes. I've been thinking, Professor, shouldn't we be keeping a record of our investigation? Sure. That's a nice excuse for not breaking the fourth wall, you know? You've brought up a very good point, Luke. Let me explain how to go about saving your game, and way to completely shatter it, Professor. First, tap your stylus on the trunk in the upper right corner of this touchscreen. Okay, I like how Luke, like, puts his hand on his chin, like, yes, interesting. What is a video game? This trunk contains all manner of information. I was gonna say important. Oh, yeah, information, that's the word. 1 second, guys, let me just get my reading glasses. Alright, that you can access by tapping the icons. It's pretty fun. Touch the icon marked save to save your game. What, I thought that deleted your data. Tap the journal icon to read over notes about our adventure in Saint Mystere. Well, I wouldn't want to read the professor's journal. I mean, you know, he keeps his gentleman stuff. Next, we have the puzzle. You completely skip mysteries. Next, we have the puzzle index icon, which isn't actually next. Tap it to view all the puzzles you've encountered. Puzzles you've solved have a check next to them. Puzzles you've seen but haven't solved are blank. You can retry any puzzle you solve from this screen. To retry puzzles that you haven't solved yet, you must return to the actual site of the puzzle. Like how Luke's like, yeah, I get it now. Don't be afraid to use the items in the trunk to help our investigation. It'll be second nature soon enough. Well, that's good to know. Enough explanation for now. Let's make our way to the Reinhold Manor. Alright then. Look at the top screen, guys. Important stuff up there. An arrow marks our path on the map. So, all we need to do is head in the correct direction. Lead the way, Professor. Which brings us to Chapter 1, Reinhold Manor awaits. Make your way to the Reinhold Manor on the east side of town. Alright then, so for now, I've been Adventure Andy, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for bearing with me over the long wait for the long-anticipated by 5 people Professor Layton walkthrough. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.